Okay, welcome teachers. And I hope you're excited about graspable math. Before we move on, please sign in on graspablemath.com. It's a great maths whiteboard, you can say, a canvas, which can open up many doors for us to start with. And if you just type on Google graspablemath.com, you can see on my screen, and it is easy to find on the Google, and you can just log in if you want. But before login, it's okay. If you want to try, let me mute the participants. Whenever you need, please ask. I will unmute you guys. Cool. So yeah, I will, of course, definitely it will be in two parts. First half an hour, and then again for the questions and answers or other queries, we'll connect again to the same link. So graspable math, when you open on the Google graspablemath.com, you will have different things. First is the graspable math activities, where we'll jump a little bit later. But before you start, it's the great thing for algebra. So explore algebra online. And there are tutorials, of course, available here from the website. And I have also prepared some videos on graspable already. I'll share those are also, but I hope this single session will help you a lot to create and to do lots of things on algebra on graspable math. So I'm going to click on explore algebra, and here you go. This is called the graspable math canvas. We call it GM canvas. It's free of use, do not worry. Of course, there is two types of account, free and premium, but from I think last year, for 1.5 years, graspable math offered free premium accounts for the school teachers. The thing, you just need to enter your school email IDs, that's it. And here you have the whole platform. You can log in definitely to save your work. You can share your work definitely once you are saved in. And I'll come back to the settings later, but right now, this is the canvas. I'll start from the left hand side, which is insert. So here in insert, you have different things. You can enter a text. So you can just write anything. Let's explore algebra. Maybe you are in the live class with your students, and you can just go ahead with this. So the text is available. You want to move it, go to arrange, and you can arrange it anywhere. You can make it smaller if you want. Once you're done, there is a plus minus button here for the text here. So you can enlarge or decrease the size of the text. Definitely, you cannot change the background for now. Hope they will add some more features in future. You can draw anything. Again, you have only black color option. So you can actually erase it if you want easily. So this is one thing. So you can directly use as a whiteboard. And if you want to make your lesson more interactive, more engaging with your students, so please click here, click on the first one, math expression. Let me show you the magic. So here we have the keypad kind of thing where we can enter any sort of equation. I'm gonna enter one equation where we are gonna multiply. I'll start with numbers, then I'll jump to the algebra part. Let's say I'm gonna enter 20 plus, and here I'm gonna enter some more parentheses just to add the BIDMAS or PEMDAS questions related things. So let's say 3 times or 3 to the power 2 minus 1, then plus 2. So I've just entered very simple expression. The logic what I'm showing here, because this, if you understand the procedure, it will help you in the algebraic expressions as well. So the beauty is on your mouse click, it will handle all the mathematical operations for you. So let's say you want to figure out 3 square, right? So you just need to click on 3 square. It will show you 9. And the beauty is you will not miss the step. If you want, definitely there is a white circle kind of dot. You can actually drag it back. Look, and you can make it. Now you want to simplify. Let's say you want to add this 20 plus, right? So it will just, because simplify the bracket for you, and it will help students to know that, okay, I can actually do this only if you apply the proper question. So let's say, look, 29, then 29 minus 1, then you can actually add 30. So look, the steps are here. That's the first thing which you can enjoy in your live class with your students. You can drag back at any stage. Let's say this is the answer. You want to reveal the answer. You just need to drag it down. And here all the steps are here. Let's say you want to do in a different way. First question, there is a white dot. Click on the other side and then go to arrange, move it somewhere else, go to transform, always on transform. Now you can actually drag 2 also. So it will add into 20. Dragging, adding, subtracting, anything is possible. Let's say you want to subtract. Look at this. Here, teachers can help students that, see, you can't subtract unless you simplify 3 power 2. I know I'm taking a very simple example here, but it will definitely make sense if you take a proper PEMDAS or board mass question typing, where you can demonstrate easily with your students, and it is applicable for all primary, secondary, high school, of course, because you can integrate anything here. So that is one thing, that you can simplify the exponents, you can simplify the addition and subtraction, of course, the division also. Let me take a very simple example. Okay, hold on. Before I jump, let's say you want to know how this one you got, right? So what you can do, no, okay, I'll come on that point later, because it will happen on the other numbers. But what we can do, let's say a student would like to say, what if I change 20? Or what if I change 3 to the power 2 here? Or if I change 2 to 2.5 or 3 or 5, something like that. So you just need to go to scrub. Click on scrub. Immediately you will see a little arrows here. Wherever you can change the numbers, everywhere you will see those arrows. So what is the logic of these? You can long press your left mouse and then drag it. Let's say I'm using my laptop. I have already clicked the left click, and with the touchpad, I'm just changing it. Look at this. I can change the numbers. I know it will take some time for you to get into this system, but if you try, you will definitely like it. Look at this. I can increase the number, I can decrease the number, and I can bring it back to 20. See, everything will change. It's not about the statement, but the calculation will also change. So let me bring it back to 20, and I can change this 3 now. Let's say 2.9 or even just on 2. Definitely you can adjust the decimal values changes. It can be done in the settings. I'll show you that thing later. Look at this now. It's 2 and it's 4. So look, the answer was changed now to 25 everywhere, because this statement is also dependent on that. Therefore, here also the answers are changing. You can also change this. I hope you're liking it. And if you have any question, please do ask. Do not hesitate, because it will help others also to think in that line and get those answers easily. So I have taken one example only for numbers. I can take another examples when you want to divide only the numbers. I'm not taking algebra now. What about sign? No, the operators, we can't switch them, but definitely if you want, you can change it. Let's say I'm on the transform, and if you just, it will happen in the equations, because right now I don't have equation, I just have expression. So over there, you have that flexibility that you can change plus to minus or other things. Other things you can actually check from the settings. So you can actually, let me just show you, click on settings, skill level, it's for you, to the users, beginner or advanced, it will load accordingly, all the settings, save changes, done. Now let me show you one math expression where we are dividing, let's say two numbers, and then we'll change with the scrub button. Let's say 25 divided by 4, right? And if I do it directly, right, try to double tap. Few operations where you need to double tap. So just double tap and it will show you 6.25. Go to scrub. Let's change these numbers now. Look at this. So you can definitely change these numbers. You can also change the denominator. Yeah, so it's working like the GeoGebra sliders. Those who have used the GeoGebra Desmos, you know, with the help of sliders, you are there to help, sorry, to change these values with the sliders, and same thing you can do it here. Okay, and you can scroll down, you have space. You can continue, you can add more space, there is no problem, and you can save this. Like students would like to know, take some notes. You can also encourage your students to make use of it, even because there is a possibility of creating activities, and it's easy to create. In the second part of this session, we'll definitely discuss those things. But in the first part of this session, I'm going to focus on the canvas. So here, I have the math expression. Let me just type something in algebraic expressions, factorization, multiplication, or simplifying any polynomial, anything you can do. So I'm just going to take x plus 3 times, let's say x minus 5 and plus 6. Right, and I can, okay, let's just write x square here so that we can simplify the answer later. Minus 1. So I have this expression. Now you want to multiply this, right? We want to distribute, apply the distributive property. You can't do anything with this because it is x square only, and 6 times x square will remain x square. So there are two things I'm gonna tell now. First, how to operate this. Second is how you can make the substitution happen in the regular mode, dynamic mode, I can say. So now let's try to multiply these. Let's click on the dot. What would happen? Nothing is happening. Look, it's not reacting anything, which means we need to make use of the distribute. Look at this. I'm dragging x and pulling over outside of this. You can do like that, or here you can try. That's how you learn. So just try to multiply here now. Nothing is happening because let's try this one. Look at this. So if something is not happening, which means either we have not changed the settings, right? Or we are doing the wrong operation. Let me just drag everything over. Look at this. When I dragged whole expression, because that was the requirement, if you do the single number, because it was the expression, and if you don't simplify this, you cannot actually apply the distributive property. So let me just go back what I did. You can undo always, right? And what I did, somewhere click near the bracket, and overlap these two things. Let me do it again. This one now. Look. So it's happening from both ways. You need to drag the whole expression in order to apply the distributive property. Now we can actually look at this. If you click, nothing is going to happen. So better you have to drag it inside. Look, that is x squared. You can switch 3 and x in front and back. And if you don't like this step, it's okay. Go back. Go back. It's fine. You can hide those steps. And same way you can times with 5. Nothing is going to happen because 5 times x is just 5x, right? 5 times 3 is 15. Now we can simplify this. And let me just go back here, scroll down. Okay, we can make the text smaller just to make everything fit on the same page. So look, now 3x and 5x should get subtracted because they're like terms, right? Yes, it happened in the same manner. Now, this is x squared. If you bring near 6x squared, it will definitely add up. Same thing will happen with 15. So it's a beautiful tool to help your students that like terms can be added, subtracted, but you cannot add, subtract unlike terms, right? Simplify to 16. Now you can switch if you want. Let's say you just want to make this 2x. Look, even if you drag 2 anywhere, what will happen? It just divided by that, because like you want to factorize, right? In that case, that's it. This plus 7, you can bring it in front, right? You want to just move it, otherwise it's not. Same thing you can do with this. Look, so the higher power term in the front, then 2x, then minus. Just let's make it 16. Now this thing is done. Now let's say if I extend this problem to the quadratic, because I know it's not the equation, and if this was the equation, then we could have used the quadratic formula to solve this, right? I will wait for maybe 10 seconds if you have any concern on this, how to apply distributive property. And then I will jump to the scrub part. You can hide as many steps you want. You can reveal them at any time whenever students is feeling, no, I couldn't understand that. So you can definitely reveal. I'm going to go to scrub, change this 3, and look at this. If the things are not changing, which means they are dependent because we have added or subtracted them. Look at this. Same thing here. So you can use scrub, transform to operate these algebraic expressions, or you can even simplify the equations. If you don't have any question, let me jump quickly to the questions, how we can help students. You can also deal with fractions or solving equations. Let me show you that. I'm going to write very simple equation, and let's say x over 2 plus 3x, right, and equals to 5. I'm just writing this simple equation, and how to simplify that, we can definitely do it. Let's say you want to help your students. Let's multiply everything with 2. So as you bring 2 here or here, you will understand what I have done. So which means we have multiplied everything by 2. So this 2 will simplify to 2 because it's just 1. So I just drag 2 over 2, and 2 times 3 would be 6. 5 times 2 is 10. Now we can simplify this 7x. Now you drag 7. See, you just drag from left to right, and it will operate according to the previous operation. Look at this. If it was multiplication, it will divide. If it is with plus, it will subtract. Simple. So now you can actually just bring it down. And of course, if you want to convert in decimals, double tap. Otherwise, you can leave your answer like that. So these types of equations can be of anything, right? Even if you want to just take, let's say, so here there is a long press things. Let me just enable it because it's not allow non-equivalent rewrites editing in the dragging, disable and simplify. Look at this, scrub decimal places. Let's say you don't want to change the values by 1 decimal, you want to change by 2 decimals. Definitely you can try from here. And final answers like this. Hide symbol multiplication. Look at this. Now let me help you out with the substitution. Substitution, I mean to say you have one equation, right? Let's say I'm calculating volume, which is pi r square h. I'm gonna click on this just to figure out where are the symbols. And if I can find those symbols, I can just make use of it. Okay, here it's not. Let me just cancel it and add a function. Probably here, not. Math expression, let's say I'm just writing, let's say area equals to L times B. So L and the numbers B. Okay, now I'll go back in the same one. I'll just type L equals to 2. And same thing I will do with B. Right? So the thing is, if you have a formula and you have these values, you can definitely change at any time. But the beauty is if you just switch L here, it will take the value of L. Same thing will happen with B. So for substitution, it will work very nicely. And you can simplify this to 6. Go to scrub, change these values and demonstrate, right? And demonstrate here also. Look at this. So you can make changes like, so this expression can be anything. Let me just help you here. Let's say y equals to t plus 2x, writing t plus 2x. And I'm just introducing e equals to 3 and x equals to 5. And the same, let me just rearrange them. L here, B here, it's on the left hand side. Okay, let's keep them this. Okay, go to transform, substitute t here, substitute x here, and here you go. You just simplify. Look, you need to simplify the bracket. So y is 13. Go to scrub, change anything. Change anything and you will get your results. Now, what you can do, let's try to use some expressions. There is, if you log in, there will be an option for you. Let me just log in. Because if I log in, I will save it and I will have the other things as well with me. Share, I can share if I save my work. So I can save it, let's say 21st November. So you can load means whichever things you have done. Look, few days ago, I did 3D cylinder, I think. Let me just show you how I did that. Here I have integrated GeoGebra 3D and I'm using, of course, you can work only in GeoGebra 3D, but the beauty is you can demonstrate the volume here in steps. Let me just arrange them so that we can see everything properly. So this is transform. So I have the radius here, 1.7, height is 2.6, and volume is calculated here. So you can click on scrub and change these values. Look at the visuals. Look at the visuals. The cylinder is also changing. The height of the cylinder is increasing and decreasing. I know you can do in GeoGebra only, but the beauty here is definitely you can write and you can demonstrate, okay, this is the height for this moment, right? And this is the radius. And this is the calculation where we are focusing on. And this is the formula. Even you can verify with this. Look at this. 13.12 is the volume. 13.113. It's accurate actually. Look at this. So you can give a challenge to your students. Okay, guys, I want to achieve this volume. Can you manipulate height and radius in order to bring this volume to this value? So look at this. So visuals, and you can create a dynamic things here. Nothing. You just need to integrate it. Let me show you. I'm gonna go to the new page of Grasp Paper Math. Here, I'm already logged in. So I will save this work, share with you. Look at this. There is a possibility of geometry 3D. You can integrate geometry as well, graphing as well. You can add a video also for your students and directly share the lesson, because they will scroll down, up, and they will see everything. Like it will save your work time, because in PowerPoint presentation we used to do, okay, how to show those steps. So if student is struggling, then we need to create so many things in the PowerPoint, but it's done here. All the steps are calculated automatically. So what we need to do, click on this geometry 3D, and here I'm going to click on math expression. Let's say radius equals to 2. I'm going to consider radius, and then height equals to 5. And then I'm gonna write down the formula. Let's say 3. I'm not able to find the symbol pi. It's okay. 3.14, or let's use 22 divided by 7 r square times h, right? So volume is done. Sorry, click on alpha, beta, gamma. Yeah, it could be there. True. So let me just arrange it. And here you go. What I have to do in order to bring these things on this platform, right? I'll just drag this over here. I'll drag the height over here. And now I'm going to create a cylinder or a circle first so that I can create the cylinder. So I'm going to create circle. Point can be, let me just change this view. Yeah, definitely you can change this view as well. You can make it bigger or smaller. Look at this. So once you're done, go to transform. The point is 0, 0. Let me just take it. Okay, circle with the point, let's say 0, 0. And the radius is r. Okay, because it is in 3D, so I have to consider 0. Oh, okay, okay, hold on. Space, not space. Not space. It's ZX. Yeah, I have a circle. Now I can create my cylinder easily. See, cylinder can be created using circle and height. Circle is C, height is H. And I'm done. Let me just rearrange them again because they are overlapping. Here, okay, we can see this. And we have height here, we have radius, we have volume, right? Let me substitute the values first. R equals to whatever it is. Same thing I'm going to do with height. And let me simplify this. So you keep on clicking and you will get your result. That's it. So let me just rearrange again. Okay, here we go. So we have the calculation, we have radius, we have height. So you are on the transform page. So go to scrub and change the radius. Look at this. The cylinder is changing. The calculation is also changing here, because we are using two techniques, substitution and connecting GeoGebra and graspable variables. Look at this. And you can confirm it. Look, 54.98 and it's 55 here. And you can reveal the steps if you want. So I think this is really, really useful if you are using it in your classroom. Of course, try first before making these decisions that you want to try directly in the class or not. And you can draw, you can transform, as I said earlier. And if you want to use keypad for some reasons, definitely you can use to change something. So I hope this was something which will definitely help you out. I will share it maybe later. You can just make copy of this and save in your account. What else I would like to show here? Here is the help. You can see, how do I load my work? How do I correct my mistakes? How do I substitute a term of variable, etc. Lots of things. Here also, load, save, new, if you want to create new. And there are formulas also. Look at this formulas. Let me help you out to make use of these. So math expression, let's say I have 2x square plus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. And I want to, let's say, factorize it, or I want to simplify this quadratic equation. I'm going to click on the formulas, and the pattern should be correct. If pattern, I mean to say the format. Look at this, the formats are here. All the formats, if you can just create, you will have your answer. Let's say manually factoring quadratic. So let's say you are not sure that factorization will work or not. It's written here, drag one side of the formula onto the highlighted expression. So I'm gonna actually click on this, right? And because this is the equation, so you can just overlap. If it is considering, then it will overlap, otherwise it will just deny. Nothing is happening because it couldn't recognize. So go ahead, drag one side of formula onto the highlighted part. Okay, so let's highlight this. Sorry, my phone is on. So look at this. Click on the formula, bring to the equation. Immediately your equations will transform to that system. And you can just make it, solve it, hide your steps if you want, right? And double click because it is plus minus. Look at this. We are gonna, I think we have hardly 1 minute. So we will get disconnected after 1 minute. So please join back to the same link to support us. Okay, so here you can simplify square root 49 first. I know sometimes it's feels like we are showing so many steps, but you can always hide. That's the beauty. Okay, so I hope you have got some information about this, and it will definitely help you out to try. Let's connect again in the next session. Thank you.